Alright, we're live. Awesome. So, hello everyone, it's me, Spurs Rail 96 here, and welcome to another Train Sim World 2 live stream. This time I've taken the trip over to Germany to take one of the oldest sections of railway in eastern Germany, Ruhr Nord, and I'm taking a look at it, one of the official add-ons to the route, and that is the DBBR 155. So we're just going to do one run today. April, says April there, so we'll use April. Let's do a service. Logs. Loaded coal from Hagen to a siding at Finnentrop. Let's do 10:06, that's not too bad. Daylight is pretty bright by then, isn't it? Run a loaded coal train from Hagen to a holding siding at Finnentrop. Yeah, let's do that. Rock and roll. Let's do that. Right, I'll send my hellos to Liam and L-Man. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope everyone's had a good weekend and a good start to the working week. This is a very unique freight locomotive. Actually, did a scenario with the 155 just to get up to speed. It's quite unique. It's known as the electric container due to its boxy kind of design from an exterior perspective, and it's got some pretty old school controls, very unique controls, of course, with the tap changer. Ooh, train heating, don't want that on. No, everything's all good. No. Headlights too bright. That's all fine. Let's turn on the driver's desk lights and the control lights as well. Turn on the brake key. There we are. Release the brakes. Put the reverser into forward. Let's turn on the corridor lights and head down here, where I'm going to put on the CIFA. There we are. Right, let's check the points before we withdraw from Hagen. I think it's all automated. Oh, I'd have to wait anyway. By the looks of it, we've got a freight train that's just jumped ahead of us. I'm a bit late, never mind. Let's get moving. Now, this is a loaded coal train. It comes with, the 155 comes with these wagons here, and there's the Fallon's 183 coal hoppers. Let's increase the power to number 10. We got the 363 operational. So both DLC add-ons for Ruhr Nord are in use today. It's a very unique locomotive, very unique driving characteristics. At first, when I played it today on the scenario, I found it at first quite challenging, but when you get used to it, it's actually not too bad. It's very responsive, braking and accelerating, with either empty or loaded wagons, whatever that may be, steel, logs, coal, and other wagons as well. Alfie, hey, how are you? And hey Thierry, nice to see you both, hope you're well. And must say as well that Ruhr Nord I'm playing is now in its updated form, so the sky's been updated, traffic's been added, the level crossings are now working. and PIS has been added to I think all of the stations on this route, and so is the what is it, extension to this, which is Rhine Road Austin. There's some cement wagons over there. I haven't tried the 155 with cement wagons. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. I'll just turn off the power. Then we'll just have to come to a stop at the red signal. Now I haven't got PZB or LZB, and I don't think this locomotive has LZB, but this locomotive does have PZB. But of course I'm not very good at using that, especially while streaming, so I've turned it off. So I've only got CIFA running in the background. Let's just come to a stop here. Hey, look at those visors. Pretty cool. Gotta check the handbrake is off. Oh, handbrake is off. I'll just double check. Yeah, I have to wait for the signal to change. Yeah. I think I may get a bit closer. Oh no, it's green anyway. Let's go. I was about to say I might get closer to the what was the red signal, so I could block off any other outgoing trains from that section of the yard. So I'd be next in the queue to leave, so to speak. Come on, train, let's get moving. Takes a while to get moving, but once it starts, moving, it's pretty smooth, to be fair. Very smooth as well. Now I haven't got any tea with me today for today's stream. Why? Because I've already had it. There's another Beanie Man. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. And Beanie 49. Hey, how are you? Count yourself lucky. It's not every day this happens. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that for the £5. You didn't have to do that, but very kind of you to do that. You didn't have to do that, but when it does, when a small contribution like that comes along, then I have to say thank you. I really appreciate that. Beanie 49. So you've now got what, 3 accounts, Liam? You've got your normal one, your Beanie 49, and then another one with the purple icon. Jeez. How many are you going to create? You might as well create 100 by the end of this week. Jesus, you must be running out of usernames and passwords and email addresses to keep creating accounts. Okay, tap change to number 10. Power's come off. Why then? Let's turn it off and on again. There we are. I'm not sure how many services the 155 adds to Rusignol. I think it's like 15 to 18 services. So it's not like just 2 or 3 or 4. It's in double figures, that's for sure. I just don't know how many. I can't remember. I think it might be 10, 11, maybe. I think off the top of my head it must be between 15 and 18, I think. But hey, we'll see. This is how I'll go. Bit Beanie 49 before I stop buying hangers and instead start giving some. So this is how I will go skin. We don't have to make yourself go skin. Crikey. Just because you have money doesn't mean to say you have to use all of it up to go skin. You could save it up and save for whatever you want. It's your money in the end of the day, and in the end of the day you have that right to use that money on whatever you want. But again, I really appreciate that kind gesture. So Wonder what this screen does. I think this was maybe an indicator or something. It's not a destination display, is it? Because there's no PIS displays on the exterior of the locomotive, or maybe not for freight purposes, I don't know, for passenger, but I don't even think the 155 does passenger services. I'm sure someone will tell me if it does or doesn't. So the speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour. It will shortly go down to 50 kilometers per hour. William Train Madboy. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Howdy. Just taking a train of coal across Rössignord in the DBBR 155. Unusually, rush hour passengers have been added to Rössignord, which is, I suppose, is not really strange, but at the same time it kind of is, because this is predominantly a freight route. There are stations on the route, of course there are, but the passenger traffic is nowhere near as big or as dominant as you would see on other German routes. It's mainly freight that runs the show, so to speak. Speed limit of 50 kilometers per hour coming up. For me, this route always is good to run in the autumn. I don't know, it's like an autumn feel with this route. Obviously not now because of, well, I clicked on the timetable selector and it just randomly came up with the month of April instead of a real month, which is September, but there we are. But yeah, I think it's a great route to run in, like for Halloween, you know, the mist going through the forest, and add a bit of rain into the mix. Makes it look kind of spooky, you know. If I recall, the last time I did a Halloween stream, which I think was, what was it, nearly 2-3 years ago, I actually used this locomotive and Rössignord for that. I might do that again, actually. Depending when Halloween is, of course. I forgot, I don't even know what day Halloween falls on. Well, we've got a steep gradient now as we're going up and over this section of track. And then we join here. Come on, push, 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 push. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you, William. Hope you're well too. Excellent. Bryant Apakar Pino Rail fan. Hey, how are you? Hey Spurs, can you get TSW free? I can legitimately, yeah, I can purchase it and yeah, download it and play it, but I've chosen not to download it and pay it just yet. I don't know if I'll get it at all, to be honest. I have strong views on it. Personally, I don't think it is enough of a big step to for £40 or £50 or £45 if it's on discount right now, the deluxe edition, to depart from my bank account. I just don't see enough that persuades me to pay that price at the moment. Plus, added into the fact that you know, it's going to be bound to be buggy. You know, every game that launches in the first week, couple of weeks, or even the first month, you know, it's bound to get off to a rocky start, you know, with stability and all that kind of stuff, bugs or issues with sound or compatibility to existing accounts or progress, DLCs, etc., etc. So I'm just going to hold station, so to speak, wait for the game to be a bit more stable, have more stronger footing, so to speak. Then I'll wait, and then I'll wait and see and decide whether I'll pick it up. I may pick it up on a discount, to be fair. I think that would be a greater value for For me personally, that's how I see it. And also, I think we're going a bit too fast, aren't I? I'm too busy talking. But also, since all of the previous, I think it's preservation cruise routes and DLCs. So all of the routes and DLCs for Train Sim World 1 routes, essentially, or Train Sim World 2020 routes won't be available on launch day. Even though it was meant to be, but Sony couldn't do that in that time frame, so they're now going to just release the old DLCs on a week-by-week basis on the PlayStation. That is PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So I thought, well, might as well just wait until all of that is out into Train Sim World 3's universe, wait until the game is stable, and eventually a discount maybe, and then I'll pick it up. So yeah, I'm going to stick with Train Sim World 2 for a little bit, but hey, Train Sim World 2 still has a fair bit in the pipeline, so to speak. It's got an updated timetable coming to Hamburg-Lübeck. We've got some big updates to Peninsula Corridor and Oakville Subdivision. A whopping 600 plus brand new service timetable for London Underground, so still lots of things left. I think there's also 2 new scenarios coming to the Leusen to Circeau route in Switzerland, which was a nice surprise. So yeah, lots of things still to come to Train Sim World 2 and Train Sim World 3, of course. And now I need to get on the brakes because we've got some passenger trains charging through. I think this is a freight service that came out before me, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was. Ooh, if we got a bit of a race on here, see who can get out first. Let's just stop there. I mean, we are at the main yard where Aurelian branded wagons are stored up, as are a load of log wagons too. What's over here? 363. Where are we? We're at the the log facility. Okay, that makes sense. I was a bit lost where I was then. But we are at the Bool log yard or facility, whatever. It's amazing how I can cover in such a short period of time. Right, we need to get going now. Oh, I think he started moving. Come on. Release the brakes faster. William, I'm on Southeastern High Speed Extended on TSW3 doing a filling in this scenario. Very nice. I think the 20th is when all the DLC will have been brought out. For once, I won't blame Dovetail. It's not their fault. They've been saying it for weeks, and obviously it's caught Sony off guard or something, or they tried to make it work and release all that DLC. I mean, it is quite a lot of DLC, to be fair. Certainly in the double figures, I think maybe in the 20s or something. That's quite a lot of DLC content to, re-release, optimize it for Train Sim World 3. And then, of course, making it free to download for players who have got said amount of DLC from Train Sim World 1 or Train Sim World 2. So, yeah, it's not Dovetail's fault, it's Sony's fault. They're just a little bit slow out of the blocks, so, yeah. I mean, the only difference you'll have with this, for example, Rösig Nord on Train Sim World 3 to this Train Sim World 2 is that you only have dynamic weather, and that's it. You won't get anything else. So it's not a huge difference, and when you actually think about it, come the end of September, I reckon over 75-80% of the Train Sim World content will be from Train Sim World 2. So it's not a big difference, really, of gameplay wise, apart from an updated route, 2 updated routes, 2 brand new routes, new front end, some new visual improvements, and that's it. I think even the HUD is the same. So I'm just thinking, scenario planner that's haven't got anything new added to it, or livery designer, or whatever you call it. I think Creators Club's had a rework of its user interface, but other than that, not big new features really. When you analyze it, it's not a giant step forward, which is why I go back to my original point of saying that I don't think it's worth 40 to 50 quid personally. I mean, it's on the same game engine for starters. If it was on the next game engine, the next step up, Unreal Engine 5, I would definitely buy that. But hey, it's mostly the same. But yeah, there we are. But we know why Dovetail put the price up. It's because everything else is going up in society. Of course, I imagine the staff will probably want probably demanded a pay rise in their wages just so they can keep up with the cost of inflation and everything going up. So yeah, it's frustrating for us, but it's understandable at the same time. Right, we've got 40 kilometers to go until Finnentrop. We'll be nearing the cement plant pretty soon, which is there. So you've got the log industry here, the cement plant here. There, I don't know. I think that's steel, if I'm mistaken, or all this might be steel industry. And then I think further down, that's the old power station that's no longer in use. I think over here as well, or something like that. Yeah, I think over here there's it's not coal, is it? What's the other one? Can't think what the other type of industry there is. Steel, cement, logs, and it can't be coal, because otherwise we'll be dropping out that yard. What is that over there? Is there a shunter down there? No, there is no. There's not a shunter down there. Okay, maybe it's not the right industry. There's none there, is there? Maybe it's over here. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Maybe there was only 3. Only here. There's normally, I think there's like 3 or 4 different shunters. You got one at Hagen Yard, which does the coaches, one at the log yard, one here. Oh no, actually no, that one does both industries, and you've got another one here with steel. Yeah, I'll see it somewhere. There it is. There's the other shunter. So maybe it's just a free shunters for, well, I'll say technically 3 industries, but you could say 4 if it's preparing or fixing coaches or something like that, or putting them into position in Hagen Yard. We are, oh right, we haven't got any power. Why is that then? Second time we've lost a bit of power. Maybe we haven't got enough. Right, let's put the power on to maximum. Number 30. That will get us up to speed. We don't want to be slacking and wasting time, do we? Liam, I think I know what the workers at Dovetail Ford seeing. That's we're part of the train community. We should also go on strike in our business. I don't think I'll do that. They could take a holiday, of course they can. I don't think they'll go on strike. I think that's a very different story. I mean, I have no idea how much money Dovetail get. Well, the employees of Dovetail get, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure it's above minimum wage. Thierry, in real life, this route runs from Hagen to Zeigen. Of course, that's right. But in the game, it only goes as far as Finnentrop. Yeah, I think Zeigen to Hagen, you can do that in Train Simulator, albeit the route is very, very old for Train Simulator. I think if you go on, I can't remember what website it is, but I'm sure I think there's like an updated version of the train simulator route, Zygen and Hagen. I just can't remember what website it's not on. It's not on Steam. I think you have to buy the route first, and then you get an updated version from a third-party developer. I can't think who it was. Rivet, maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. Or RSSOL, I think. He specifically does German or Austrian kind of content. Let me just check if the brakes are released. We are struggling to get some traction. I mean, it's not even raining or snowing or anything like that. I mean, the gradient's not even that steep either, 0.4%. So certainly struggling to get the power down. We're getting there slowly, but I imagined I thought it would be a little bit more. How long is our consist? We got. Oh, it's 20 wagons. Okay, that might explain it. I thought it was way less than that. I thought it was like 12 or something. Because when I practiced, the amount of wagons I had was 12, so obviously this one is different. Artillery, the full route is 106 kilometers. Is it really? Oh, I didn't think it was that. Well, it's not really short, but thought it'd be, well, I mean, if you add in the Weinberg-Austin extension, I imagine the route length will be even longer. If it goes from Zygen to Hagen, then Hagen to Wuppertal, Steinbeck, then the route length will be greater than 106 km. We've got 35 kilometers to go until Finnentrop. Let's see what some of the screens are doing. We've got head out right. We've got an EB Euler screen, which is that one. What does this do? Power. I imagine a brighter contrast. Oh yeah. Clear button. Down. There's all the numbers. There's quite a lot of towns and villages you go through. Not big towns and cities, but certainly villages and small towns. There's quite a few on the route. There's also quite a few small little yards and sidings near the stations. I mean, what's the station we're just coming up to? Hohenlimburg. Fast and Furious. Not quite fast, but fast enough. Now we've got a flat gradient, we can increase the power. Theory, some routes in Train Sim World which are longer in Train Simulator could possibly get extended in TSW3 to train simulator length. It could be possible. It's a possibility. I mean, if you add Brighton, the London Commuter and East Coastway together, I think that route length is pretty significant. If you added, well, Rusik Nord and Wuppertal and Rheinroad Austin together, then that route length would be pretty significant. I'd quite like to see an extension on the what's the other extension? It's in Germany. Oh yeah, the Verker Dresden, isn't it? That's an extension, the Taranto ramp. That goes down to Chemnitz. Yeah. I'd like to see an extension to rapid transit if it was in Germany. Maybe one that goes from Leipzig to Berlin, or Leipzig to... I think there was one recently released that goes from Leipzig to Riesa, or aka now Leipzig to Dresden. I think if you add the two together, the Riesa Dresden in Train Simulator and that Leipzig Riesa route together, and that route length is pretty huge. Yeah, some extensions, that'd be quite interesting to see what they do there. I mean, first port of call for me would be an extension to Northern Transpennine. Do an extension to Sheffield or something, that'll cheer me right up. I will definitely be getting that, 110%. Liam Dovetail may think we all... Dovetail may think we will extend the French route some in TSW 10. I don't know about TSW 10, I mean, blimey, I don't even know if the game will get to TSW 10, who knows. Yeah, definitely, that's another extension I'd like to see as well. LGV Mediterranean, that would be nice, get that extended up to Lyon. That'll add an extra, what, 160 kilometres or something like that to the original LGV Mediterranean. I think it goes from Lyon to Avignon, I think. Now that I would like to see. I mean, it's possible. I mean, Southeastern High Speed's got an extension. I think it was like a 40-mile extension, wasn't it? The high speed line was extended from Ebbsfleet, which is now fully modelled, to Ashford, and I think the depot's included. And then you got a tiny little extension for the, what is it? Commuter Chatham mainline section, whatever. That goes from, where is it, Gravesend to Dartford or something? Can't remember off the top of my head. Maybe see an extension from London Victoria to, I don't know, London Bridge or something. I don't know. I'm just thinking randomly off the top of my head. Whether it would be possible, I don't know, but there's just some off the top of my head I can think of. There's probably hundreds you could think of. Long Island Railroad, North East Corridor, that could easily get an extension. They could just bring back the North East Corridor New York one, couldn't they, from Train Sim World 2020, and then slap on another part of the corridor on top of that, maybe cover the southern section. We got the northern section of North East Corridor, why not have the southern section that goes from Washington to I forget where it goes to. Was it Washington to not Washington to New York, is it? No, it's too long. I don't know, I can't remember what it is. I'm sure someone will tell me. It was in Train Simulator, it wasn't released long ago. Was it Washington to... It's not Boston. No, can't be Boston. Massachusetts? Maybe? I don't know. I can't remember. I'm sure someone will tell me. Yeah, TR-80 train simulator version on the Verka Dresden goes to Leipzig. Oh, yeah, it does, yeah. I had a feeling it did. Danny Robert, Jowett, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, Jowett, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Beanie49, I had a storm where I lived last night, and I knew because it woke me up at the middle of the night, so I watched a video of why I woke up at 2:27, and it said someone was watching you. Oh, lovely. Yeah, certainly a lot of flash, thundery, heavy downpours. I think past 2 nights I've had a fair bit of not thundery rain, but a lot of heavy rain. Today I had a bucket load of rain come down shortly before 4 or 5 o'clock this evening. Never known such heavy rain. Quite extraordinary. Probably have in the past, but I just can't remember it. Right, we got 28 kilometers to go until Finnentrop. Lovely. Do 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 do. Daniel, I'm good, thanks. Got a bonus night off tonight. Oh, lovely. That's what we like to hear. Always nice to have a night off work, isn't it? I've had a full week off, all of last week, which was nice. And back to normal tomorrow. 70 kilometers speed limit coming up. Or kilometers per hour, I should say. I think there's a fair few tunnels on this route. I think 3, 4, maybe 5. Nowhere near the halfway stage yet. I reckon the halfway stage is like roughly here. So that's how I view it, as the halfway stage. On the map anyway. So we're just going to keep trundling. We haven't got any passenger traffic to worry about yet. I imagine we will bump into some very, very soon. I've bumped into quite a few red signals when practicing with the 155 today. Mainly with local passenger services stopping at all the stations. I think you get a semi-fast express or semi-fast regional service. Same traction, 143s with doppelstock coaches and cab cars, but they don't take as long to cover full length of the run of the route. This is Altoona West. Thierry, I would like to see a West Coast mainline route, and TSW I'd like to be set in 1988 or 1990, but the Monero would be okay too. Yeah, I think either West Coast or an East Coast mainline I think would be incredibly popular. What would be popular, which genre or which time period? Probably if they had a modern version or kind of modern-ish, like 2018 onwards maybe, or something like that, or mid-2010s. I think that'll go down quite popular. starting to struggle as we've encountered a pretty steep gradient. Nearly 1%. So let's increase the power to maximum and get climbing. Liam, the statistics shows the numbers of Deutsche Bahn AG tunnels in Germany from 2012 to last year was 745 tunnels. Wow, that's a lot of tunnels. Wow. Speaking of tunnels, we're in one now. I think one of the longest tunnels on the route. Thierry, the East Coast Main Line is closer to home, but I choose the West Coast because there's more variety. Fair enough, that is a good point. Lots of, what is it, Avanti, West Coast, London, Midland, and obviously add in freight services as well. Thameslink, maybe. There's a fair few. Beanie 49, earlier I received a package from WH Smith and it was a Hornby Javelin model railway costing pretty much the same as TSW3. I didn't realise, since when did WH Smith start selling Hornby products? I never thought they were allowed to do that. Well, I've never seen any Hornby products in the WH Smith, but then again it's been a while since I've been to a WH Smith. I think I used to go in there quite a bit. Like, if I go for where I used to have my haircut done in the town, I used to go to a WH Smith and pick up a Top Gear magazine. Obviously, I don't do that now because I have my haircut at home. So I haven't been getting any Top Gear magazines, of course. I pick one up now and again. I think the end of the year awards, mainly because it comes with a free calendar. So I could stick up on the wall and count the days. Thierry, I just faked the 86, 87 and then 90. Years you mean, I presume. 1986, 1987 and 1990. Alright, you can just see on your left the Everlingson power station. It looks operational, so let's go and have a look. I think the 232 DLC, when it eventually gets released to us ignored, I think it will be doing some duties in the power station. I mean, it's pretty big when you get up close to it. Certainly a big sense of scale. There's not many tracks, but enough to do some shunting, switching and unloading some coal or something, or cement, or maybe gas even. Could you unload gas? I think it was a nuclear power station and it was a gas. It's converted to run on gas or something to make gas. Then it shut down altogether, I think. And it's something else. It's probably been demolished now in real life. Wouldn't be at all surprised. Replaced by something. Houses probably, or a shopping centre or something. I don't know. Poor House, Spurs, what's up? Hey, how are you, Poor House? Hope you're well. How do I get this train? Well, it depends what you play TSW2 on. Yeah, just type in the DBBR 155 on either PlayStation or Xbox, and you'll find the DLC either for Train Sim World 2020 or Train Sim World 2. It's two different versions. Pick the Train Sim World 2 version, and yeah, you can play it and have some fun on Risk Ignored. Comes with a Fallon's 183 coal hopper, or basically a new coal hopper. Adds about, I think, 15-20 odd services to Risk Ignored, 3 scenarios, a tutorial, etc, etc. It's quite fun. Peach to drive. It's really different. It's classic. Old school. It's not every day you drive with what I thought at first was a steering wheel. When I first picked this up, when it first came out, or was it 2019 or something like that, I remember thinking, this doesn't steer the train, surely. It's the accelerator pedal or wheel, essentially. I think some of the old electric locomotives in the UK had it as well, I think. When electrification was very much in its infancy. I might be wrong, but there's another passenger service. Maintains its speed very, very well. It's very consistent, very smooth, I must say, even with a heavy load of 20 coal wagons. You say Gnorg, right? Yes, Poorhouse, that's right. This is in Train Sim World 2, Ruhr-Sieg Nord. This is originally a Train Sim World 1 route, let's say, or 2020 route. It's just been recently updated, so updated skies, rush hour passengers, platform indicators. It's got 2 DLCs, the 155, which I'm driving, and the 363, or a little red shunter. Blimey. What else? You've got passenger services, which you've not too long ago see going by. And yeah, this will be in Train Sim World 3 as well, albeit not straight away for PlayStation customers. You may have to wait until possibly September the 20th for all of the old DLCs to be available or playable in Train Sim World 3. And then of course there's the add-ons manager or DLC limit fix, that's got to come too. That's been delayed, so fantastic. I think that's for all the consoles as well, Xbox and PlayStation. It's originally for PlayStation, it's mainly for PlayStation, but it's going to be added to PC and Xbox as well, and the Epic Games Store as well. But yeah, Dovetail found a bug in its latest build, and so everything's been delayed. Wonderful. But anyway, I'm not picking up Train Sim World 3 straight away. I've made that decision a long time ago. Yeah. So I'm not missing out on much. I'd rather be the thinking man and wait for it, wait for everything to be sorted, rectified, wait for the game to be more stable, and then I may pick it up on the discount and see where things are, see where things go from there. I don't know when that will happen, but it will happen, that's for sure. Right, let's pick up the pace. So number 30. Rock and roll. Daniel Robert Jewett, I think that's how you say your surname correctly. Daniel, If I get it wrong, I apologise. He's playing TSW3 now. Excellent. Foxy, hey, how are you? I'm very well, thank you. Hope you're well. Poor House, I want this one and TGV. I'm sticking with TSW2 for a while. Have too many routes I've never played. That's a good point. I mean, there is so much to get through, isn't there? Scenarios, services. It's yeah. The last thing you want to do is then suddenly jump into a new game and then, well, I imagine start all over again. Foxy, you can set up the brake power to 200%. That makes this train better. Even the pulling power can be adjusted, but remember that needs brakes almost as well as the ones for the English routes. It's certainly unique locomotive, the 155. Very unique characteristics, certainly with a steering wheel or tap changer. It certainly makes accelerating a bit more unique, I suppose. But I like it. It's different. Nothing wrong with being different. Foxy was in Mannheim at the weekend and saw a TGV directly in front of me. Hey, that was cool. They are big, yeah, they are huge. I remember when I went to France earlier in the year and saw one in Marseille. They're bigger than what you think. They're not little Hot Wheels or Hornby trains, are they? Certainly looking at them up close, you know, the detail, and even though they're a fair few years old now, the TGV duplex, still a marvellous piece of engineering. Foxy Dovetail find a bug big news irony. Yeah. Dearie me. Poor House, are you surprised I'm not? That's why I didn't purchase it. Or are they going to drag the rest of this year with updates seen that before? Yeah. Well, we'll see. It'd be interesting because now the price of the game has gone up. I wonder if the DLCs will play a similar tale, so to speak. Because I think the DLCs, I mean, they're pretty expensive anyway, DLCs, aren't they? £25 in the UK. And what is it, 11 or 10.59 or £11 for a locomotive DLC. I mean, if they up the prices on them, then yeah, it would just become ludicrously expensive. It'd be insane. I just have a funny feeling they're just going to up the price on those DLCs. If they're going to do it on the main game, they're going to do it on the DLCs. I can imagine a £4 or £5 increase or something, and that may just make me just be like, I don't. Regardless how good it may be, nah, it can't be more than 24, 25 or quid for a route, or 10, 11 quid for a locomotive add-on. If it's like a big loco pack with like 2 or 3 of them in, like heavy freight pack for Transpennine or Diesel Legends, maybe I would, yeah, pick it up if it was a little bit more expensive than what a normal loco DLC would be. But for a route, if the route price went up to say 28 or 30 quid, I mean, nah, I think that's pushing that a bit too far. I know why they put the price up, because of inflation going up. So imagine running the business will be twice as hard. I imagine the staff will probably want their wages upped as well, just to keep up with the cost of inflation and cost of living and all that stuff. But nah, I'll have to just say a firm no. I won't buy DLCs if it is any more expensive than £24.99 at the moment, or 10, 11 quid for Loco DLC. If it's less than £24.99, that's fantastic. I'll pay for that in a heartbeat. Some routes are. less than that. I think Rosaline Moz, I think, or West Somerset, or the Leuzen to Cersei, that was not too bad, price-wise. That was less than what Dovetail normally charge. But hey, we'll wait and see. It's just pure speculation. I'm just guessing, and I'm not even getting the game straight away anyway, so it kind of doesn't bother me. But when the time comes, it probably will start to bother me. Alright, we got a red signal coming up. I had a feeling we'd bump into one eventually. And why? Let me guess, it's a passenger service. Yep, there it is. We got a green, so well, I can't apply the power until all the brakes are released. There we are. Let's go. Come on, go, go, go. Forwards. Foxy, by the way, I'm well, thanks for asking. No problem, Foxy, glad you're well. Perhaps is it me or the lighting looks too bright on TSW3? It's difficult for me to judge, isn't it? I mean, you can look at it on, I don't know, you can look at it online, or live stream it on your phone or your tablet or even the TV or 4K TV, whatever. The lighting will always be different to when you play the actual game, from your own view, your own eyes. I don't know. I think the lighting is a bit better. I don't think it's a huge step forward, personally. I'm not sure about nighttime. I haven't seen anything regarding nighttime lighting yet, which is a bit of a worry, because nighttime on this game is terrible. Unless you add some cloud or some mist and rain or snow, then you can kind of see where you're going. Hopefully the night lighting is better in Train Sim World 3. Certainly the photographs of dusk or early morning, the sun coming up and the clouds, that looks pretty good, I must be honest. The clouds in particular, I think, are by far for me the most impressive visual feature they've added. Those clouds at times look like, close to real life, and the fact that they actually move around, you see the clouds moving, or if it starts to rain, you can see the dark clouds gathering, all coming together to create this big massive rainstorm, and you see the lightning, and I imagine the thunder and lightning will sound pretty good. I don't know, but from what I've heard, it's okay. It visually looks okay. I think sound wise is kind of not good, which is a bit of a worry. I think I've heard from the thunder point of view, it's like not enough of a catalogue of audio for thunder and lightning, which is really what I like to see. I don't want to just hear the same lightning and thunder sound effect over and over again. I like to have a big broad selection, so it keeps it fresh and varied, but hey-o. Well, we just got over 6.5 kilometres to Finnentrop, and I do apologise if I can't keep up with the live chat, because it's going like the clappers from the corner of my left eye. Thierry, there was a TGV converted to a mail train. Very nice. Foxy, I don't know, I'll buy the German content version. Fair enough, because I'm not interested in the rest. Perfectly fine, nothing wrong with that. But when the German version is not that much anyway of the normal version, I may get the normal version too. Not fair enough. Yeah, Castle Wolfsburg is certainly different. It's the longest route in the game. It's mainly a high-speed roller coaster when you think about it. It goes through right through the centre of Germany. Well, on the map it looks like it goes through the centre of Germany, the middle of Germany. Foxy, 35 euros might be too much if they raise it by 5 euros. If they raise it by 5 euros, I think even that is pushing it. Because then you start to debate, well, you could buy the full Train Sim World 2 game for a price of a DLC if the DLC price was to go up, and then you start to question, what are you paying for here, the quality or the quantity, of routes. You do start to wonder. Daniel, I don't mind paying full price for the main game. True. Yeah, I just find it hard to stomach that, you know, Train Sim World. Well, most of the Train Sim World games have always been pretty reasonable, very good value, really. You know, $24.99. Train Sim World 2 was. I think Train Sim World 2020 was the same. I think even the original Train Sim World was, I think, near enough the same. Maybe 30 or 35 quid, but. Yeah, when it's pushing 40-50 pounds, you get into that kind of what I claim to be is like EA Sports, you know, FIFA, or you know, main blockbuster kind of price territory. You know, like your GTA's and your Call of Duties and all that kind of stuff, or your F1s or your FIFAs or Fortnites or whatever. Foxy, you can still delete posts after you send them in live streams. That's correct. As I've seen a few messages retracted. Jerry, from playing some night services on DSW3, I say the night lighting has improved, but not as much as the day lighting. Is that a good thing? Well, I suppose an improvement is good, but it depends how big the improvement is. Let's put it this way, the night lighting on Train Sim 3 needs to be a pretty big step up. Not just a little step, it needs to be a big step. Because the day lighting, I think, has taken maybe not a huge step forward, but certainly is a quite noticeable step forward. For sure. Foxy, I've driven the Castle line from TSW3 in real life several times, and also on my weekend trip. Oh, very nice. I think it takes, it depends what train service you take, isn't it? I think if you on the ICE1 or something, I think you can take 40 minutes to an hour. I think it depends on the service pattern, I suppose. Yeah, sometimes it could take an hour and a half, maybe less than that. Freight obviously takes well over 2 hours, and that really annoys me because the freight looks interesting, but it's in the middle of the night. So if I was to make content on Castle Würzburg, focusing on the freight side of things, it would be pretty difficult for people to engage with it because it's in the dark. most, if not all, of the freight services are, unless you fiddle around with the time of year like crazy, and the weather. Liam, at least there is some dynamic weather. I sometimes play MotoGP 22 and there's no dynamic weather at all. Pretty much the only game that doesn't have it, and it's been requested for years. Yeah, Gran Turismo 7, which I brought in March, that's got dynamic weather finally into the Gran Turismo series, and that's just absolutely fantastic. You didn't have it in Gran Turismo Sport. You had options. You could have either rain, heavy rain, and cloud, or sun. But now you get dynamic weather, which is pretty cool. And plus you can customize it as well, like you would in Train Sim World. Just over 3 kilometers to go to Finnentrop. Foxy, the thing is that the route to Kassel is having too many tunnels, but the scenery is okay and there's not much because there are many tunnels, and you don't have many corners or curves, so it might get boring very fast. That's true, actually. It might get boring very quickly. If I was doing a live stream on it, and I'd have to talk a hell of a lot just to keep people engaged with the stream. Maybe hearing me talk is not engaging anyway. I don't know. Maybe my voice is very droning and boring. Foxy, but being in a train that drives 300 kilometers per hour is a blast even as a passenger. Oh yeah, the thrill of speed is always puts a smile on your face, even when you're just looking out the window as a passenger. Foxy, I've been driven by the ICE 3 and 4. Yeah, the 4. I'm a bit disappointed. I wanted to see the ICE 4 in the game. Don't get me wrong, the ICE 1 is a very well-known high-speed train, very, I suppose, iconic kind of high-speed train in Germany. The ICE 4 I would personally like to see because it brings something completely new to the table. You know, I think it's one of the very latest high-speed trains in Germany. I think it came out in 2017, and obviously the ICE 3 has been out far longer. than the ICE4, and even I think the ICE3T is even older than the ICE4. And obviously, yeah, the one we've got now in Train Sim World 3, the ICE1, is older than all of them. So yeah. Right, we need to start braking now. Put on full brakes. I should have checked the yard just in case for points, but it's all fully automated. Release the brakes. We're coming into Fintrop Yard. Keep the brakes slowly releasing. Just put the power on briefly, just so we don't grind to a halt, I should say. Certainly fighting the brakes here. Yeah, it's quite cool that I think the signal box up here is usable. I don't think I've unlocked it, but pretty cool. It's got some old Train Sim World memorabilia or collectors bits and bobs from other routes, which is quite cool. Now we need to turn off the tap changer. That's right, pretty decent speed. I have to check. I think you can see inside it. Yeah, you don't even have to go inside. You can just look inside. It's obviously having a bit of a makeover inside. We've got some paint. Got the old signal levers there. Signals. Got the levers there for the sidings and tracks. Got a West Somerset poster. There's another poster over there that I can't read. Industry Fest. Must be Upstrecker Rheinruhr. We've got a fire extinguisher. We've got some pizza. We've got some old British Rail lights there. Tail lights. We've got a milk churn. What else? I don't know. Finentrop. I think you have to go in through that door there. There's a door somewhere on the side, isn't there? There's a way in there, I think. Is it that door there? Might be that door. And the door looks open to me. Might go out there and have a little look. I don't think I've unlocked it. I'll be very surprised if I have done. In theory, the ICET would be cool. It would be, yeah. Oh, brake. Don't ruin it now. There we go. Just about to look at the live chat then. Good thing I didn't. Because we finished. Excellent. 1 hour and 7 minutes. Let me just get out of this bucket and have a look. It's not really a bucket, but it's just an expression I like to use on these old trains. Right, let's have a look. I don't think the door's open. No, I don't think I can go in. No. Haven't unlocked it. Never mind. I had a feeling I couldn't. But when I saw the door kind of open, I thought, well, I had to give it a try. Right, let's read the live chat for the last time. Foxy, yes, but night services are the ones that are realistic there. You don't see any freight trains at that daytime. I never saw such a service there too. Yeah, it's true. I agree. I'm not complaining on the time of day a freight service is taking place. I just wish that the lighting at night in Train Sim World would be better, so I can actually see where I'm going and see what I'm doing, rather than squinting the eyes or turning off other lights just to see where I'm going in the game. Meanie 49 went back to an old game, Project Cars 2, and you can have 4 weather slots. Unbelievable, it came out years ago, yet Milestones still haven't added it. Yeah, I have Project Cars 2. That's a great game, that is, for driving and weather conditions and all that stuff. Foxy, true, 44 euros or 39 pounds are okay for free use, but the English one doesn't interest me a bit, and the US one too. Fair enough. My heart only hits the German. Well, you're from Germany, aren't you, Foxy? And spending more money for something I might like is too much, although the English high-speed route looks very nice. Yeah, high-speed, yeah, well, Southeastern high-speed is my favourite modern UK route. So it's nice. It's got a mixture of high speed and now shunting and freight and commuter and rail tours and all that kind of stuff. You see the status of Deutsche Bahn visualized. I need to share my story. When I arrived at Mannheim, it was 15:20 or 20 past 3 in the afternoon. My train was 10 minutes too late, which is not too late for German trains, so I waited to hop onto a S-Bahn that did not came. Well, then I thought I'd take the next one, but this train didn't come either. Oh no, so furious. Oh no, disaster. Well, I hope you got there in the end. I'm sure you did get to your destination in the end. Foxy, whatever, I hope you have a good night or good evening. Good night. Indeed, yes, Foxy's right. It is time to call it a day. So I've really enjoyed all of your company. If you have enjoyed the stream, of course, make sure to give it a like and feel free to subscribe to the channel for more Train Sim World content from me. The next stream will be, well, this weekend on Sunday the 11th of September 2022. And the route in question I will be on, if I can just think off the top of my head what I was going to do. Yes, it will be in Germany still, and we'll be on Main Spuzzard Bahn doing some shunting with the DBBR 204. So very much looking forward to some more German action, albeit at a slower pace with the 204. Hope you could join me for then on Sunday, September the 11th. And yeah, I'd like to say thank you for watching. Hope you'd enjoyed it. Enjoy the rest of your week. And as always, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Take care.